In this video, I'm going to show you what the past election cycles have done for the S&P 500. And as you can see, this pink back in November was an election, and we went up from the election 37%. Okay, but it topped out and it was actually a recession, and we had a 57% pullback, and this was 900 days. So if we look right here, we're at the election, and so but this one could be different, which would go against the past election cycles of 30% gains, and then we have this one that happened and it actually dumped into it. But again, it was the recession, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out. But you didn't break all-time highs until the next cycle in 2012, and then from there it went pretty much straight up. An election, straight up, and then it did have a big pullback right here in 2020, and then election, we had a rally, and then election, do we have a rally? But from everything I'm looking at, it looks like could be another potential have an election and then a pullback like back here. So where does it pull back to? It could go down to 2000 if it's a recession, like a big collapse, which I hope doesn't happen, and then or you could just have like a nice pullback to the purple, which would still be 3000, and that would put the S&P down 50 to 60% or even more. So it's pretty crazy. A lot of people think that the cryptocurrency pulls back a lot, and so just to put it in perspective, 80% down in crypto is a thing, and people think that the S&P doesn't do that stuff, but that goes to show you that it could even pull back like a Bitcoin. So, and looking at the S&P, on the monthly time frame, we were looking at yesterday some bearish divergence right here on the RSI, with price going above it. So that's why I think we're setting up for a pullback. And then we also have zero volatility right here with bearish divergence on the weekly. And yesterday we had a little bit of downwards price action off the 6 hour, so it is looking like a top to me. So here we are looking at the S&P on the 3 month, which is a time frame most people don't talk about. And as you can see, we got 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4, and kind of 5 drives of bearish divergence. So I don't think what we looked at is going to play out this time. And also, that's just my opinion, not financial advice. And then the biggest gainer yesterday on the watch list was Robinhood, and we kind of called this yesterday that it was going to have a good run up, and it was doing better than most stocks along with Reddit. And so I do think come Monday we'll have a little bit of more upside in Reddit, but I don't feel too strongly about it. It could pull back a little bit. And then Reddit, same thing, looking like it could go a little bit further on the daily. But the weekly is getting up there, so I would be looking for a top potentially soon, but not right now. And Hershey, I'm going to go ahead and delete that one off the list. Not really worth talking about. But Coinbase, also looking like it's going to pull back. and we'll check out Nvidia. Looking like it's really going to fall down off the DeepSeek news, which I don't think anybody's seen coming. And we'll take a look at ARKW. We were saying it was looking bullish, and it didn't work out, so probably not going to be messing with that stock too much either. Starbucks, everybody likes coffee. Hopefully you got some coffee right now to start your day. And then Metastock looking good. Probably going to top out right here though. Yeah, definitely looking like a pullback down to 650 in Meta. And Ethereum, everyone's favorite crypto until this cycle. And Ethereum's really pitiful. It's terrible. But if you go back and look in the history, we were in a pattern just like this that we are, a little bit bigger. But it did wick through the bottom, and then that's when it broke through. And right now, we got to wick through the bottom. So does it break through from here? Highly doubt it. And, when you have divergence, which this one isn't really bearish divergence, but it's still a low and a lower, or a lower high and a lower, two lower highs. So I do think that it could come down based off of that. And then when you check out the weekly time frame, it is maybe could have a slight rally. And then looking at the 12-hour, it's looking like it's going to keep pushing down. So lower time frames, maybe a slight rally to 2800 and then pull back again. So yeah, not looking too good, but as long as it's below 2700, it's looking like more downs. And gold, one of the best charts all time. I do think gold's going to keep going up to new all-time highs, slowly over time though. Wish it moved a little faster, but. And then Bitcoin, the one crypto that's actually pretty decent long term. I do think it's topped out this cycle, but that would be 1, 2, 3 drives of bearish divergence on the 3 months. So, we could see a big pullback down to probably 15K. Kind of wash everybody out because there's really not been any pullbacks. But back when I first started into crypto, I heard about it like right here, or maybe it was right here, and it was like 17K or something. And I waited, bought in right here, sold the top, and then I kind of missed this rally, but then I got in right here and it didn't really work out. And I tried buying in right here on Riot blockchain, and then Riot didn't move, so I kind of missed the whole rally. But now we got the Bitcoin ETF, so shouldn't miss it next time. But anyway, we got bearish divergence on the 2-week with these two highs right here, and then a high and a lower high. So with volatility crossing down, so she's going down. And then, Bitcoin likes to pull back to the 200 weekly or the blue 377. So we're looking at 20K to 50K as a bottom. And I'd be looking for it to go back up. But, it wouldn't surprise me if we set in a lower low on the weekly down to 13K. But, it's very unlikely. But looking at the 6-hour, we could pop back up. But I don't know. Looks more likely we're going to hit 93K before that happens. And then last but not least, Tesla. Tesla's looking not so good right now. But she did have a nice pullback down on the daily. But the 6 hours looking like it's going to keep going down. So wouldn't be trying to buy the dip too quick in this one if it was me. That's my opinion. But over time, I do think we'll see Tesla get down to another higher low on the monthly, which would put it somewhere around $200 over the next few months.